Um, Managed to watch pretty much every match here today, both men's and women's. But had the baby, got managed to get the baby put away. Good nap going, I think. So we are at halftime of the last women's match. It is Argentina versus South Africa. South Africa is up 10-7 over Argentina. I've been really impressed. Well, again, I think I said this yesterday over and over again. Did a little recap video at the end of yesterday. I've been wildly impressed with the parity of the women's competition here in Montevideo. I would say if I had to pick South Africa, I would say they're the best team here. But they lost to Spain in their opener. All right. So I think this kind of ends up deciding how this goes. So we're about to kick off the second half. This women's competition has been fantastic. In particular for South Africa, absolutely love their scrum half Ruse. And then I think it's the fly half Dolph. Great combination. Ruse in particular. Any rugby player, especially at a scrum half, but could learn a lot by watching this young woman play rugby. Great work off the ball, just has a motor. You watch her recycle and how she's always putting herself in the right position, makes super good decisions, isn't necessarily scoring all these tries for South Africa, but you can just see how she's the motor who makes them go at scrum half. Wonderful to watch. Number 9, Ruse for South Africa. Great in defense here again. She's right there to break down defensively. Like she's really, really fun to watch. And especially I feel like she's Argentina with a break. Let's see, can she get it? This is going to be close. Yes, and she swerves and misses a last. So Argentina is going to go up in this match. All right, this one's going to come down absolutely to the wire. So big sevens match here. Big sevens match on the women's side. Argentina's up 12-10 on South Africa. There are 6 minutes to go in the second half right now. Yeah, really, really, really loving this sevens comp in Montevideo. Women's comp, incredibly, incredibly close. So much parity, so many one-score games, a lot of games going to extra time. So golden point and such things like this. You're just across the board. Again, I would say that the South Africa team qualitatively, and they've got the best point diff. My eyes as a coach says this South Africa team is a notch better, but who knows? They might finish this comp with 2 losses. And again, that Ruse number 9, and then Dolph. She might be number 10 or I think it's the scrum half fly half combination for South Africa really make things go. Conversion is missed. So Argentina's up 12-10. What's up, Jules? Thanks for being here. We got like 5.5 minutes of this last women's game. What's up, Turtle? How you guys doing? We're watching rugby here in Montevideo. Argentina, South Africa, the women. This is the last of the women's matches. I've been really impressed with this women's comp. It's been so tight, like so tight. Anybody can really beat anybody in almost every match. It's been wildly impressive. I love this scrum half for South Africa, Ruse. She's so fun to watch. She does so many good things. She's got such a motor. But this is fantastic. What happened? I think we got a ball in touch. So let's see. I could see this match absolutely coming down to the wire. These are two quality teams. Looks like South Africa is bringing a sub on. Sub in the back line. You don't know what that is. Rugby. This thing. Pass backwards, run forwards. Lots of tackling, lots of physicality. Best sport in the world as far as I'm concerned. I made a living being a coach here for the last decade and change, but I've had to take a step back. I didn't have to. I chose to. My family, I had my first child. My wife is also she's a player. She's a better rugby player than I ever was. She's actually playing this weekend. So I'm at home alone with our young child. And just when the baby's napping, I'm watching the sevens tournament. No, rugby, it's been my whole life. I made a nice living at it. But we decided after we had our first kid, we're going to move back closer to home, spend more time around our family, give grandparent time, stuff like that. But this channel is how I'm staying connected with rugby, watching a lot of rugby, commentating, starting to do some educational videos, some silly shorts. So still, this looks held up. Argentina, they got a penalty here just outside of the South Africa 22. So they could, a score and conversion here makes this really tough for South Africa. Let's see if they can defend. I've been impressed with their scramble defense. What's up, KK Panda? 15. Argentina, they're about 10, 12 meters. I really like this referee as well. I believe she's Japanese. The last name is Ikeda, Ikeda. That sounds like I believe that's a Japanese name. Argentina in at the corner. Okay, Argentina in at the corner. So they're up by 7. We got 3 minutes, 45 seconds. So not quite halfway through the second half. If they make This is a tough conversion, but if they make this, now all of a sudden you got a two-score game. So a lot of work to do for South Africa. Like I say, I feel like my coach's eye says that this South Africa team is the best team here, but there's massive parity. Like all six of these women's teams in this competition, any one of them can beat anyone. I'm watching rugby right now. It's rugby sevens. This is a tournament in Montevideo, Uruguay. This is the last round of games. This is the last half of the last women's game, and then we get the last round of men's games. So I think it's Belgium, Canada is the next one. And then we got USA Germany, which that's going to determine who wins it. Both Germany and USA are 4-0. Whoever wins that match is going to win this tournament. Both of them have qualified, so this is like the second tier of sevens rugby in the World Series. They recently they made the World Series smaller. They made the tournament smaller, and they have the second and third tier. And so the top few teams from this level, they go up and they play in the big tournaments for the last three of them. So that's going to be a Hong Kong. There's one in Spain and maybe France for the last one. So this is big. So South African women, I'm almost positive. I'm getting hot here. I'm excited, getting hot. South Africa women, I think, are already qualified. I think the USA men and the Germany men are both qualified based on how they've done. But really, you want to see them win the tournament. I've been wildly. I mean, I'm a USA fan. I've been wildly impressed with the German men's sevens team, though. They've been absolutely top notch. If by big hit, big hit from the RGs, that's gonna be game. They're gonna do that. Wow. They made a huge hit on Ruse, that scrum half from South Africa. She's like running down the line, and she just got cleaned out, and she dropped the ball in the process, and it bounced right up to an Argentina player, and she took it to the house. Oh wow, that was a great defensive hit, and like the next defender was just in a beautiful spot, and she picked it up and raced in. I don't see South Africa coming back. This is a 2-score game now. What's up, Jordan? Good to have you here, man. Appreciate it. I'm always down to give shout outs. Yeah, the Argentina fans are jacked. So this is right next door in Uruguay. So the Argentinians, they got it looks like a good cheering section right there. They got some people with the Puma hats on their head and stuff. King YouTube 31 Jordan, thanks for being here. Okay, restart. South Africa's got to do something with this real fast. Otherwise, this is going to be over. There's Dolph. Yeah. She is number 10. Oh, and the Argentinians, they managed to hold that up. Ball's out, though. Okay, back to Ruse. Let's see. South Africa needs a quick score because they need 2 scores. They're down 12 points, so they need 2 scores. So it can't just be, even if this possession, if it takes way too long, we're at a minute and a half left. So they need to score within the next minute and then win a restart and get the ball back again as well. So this is playing from behind. South Africa had the best point differential so far in this tournament. Oh, she's down. Oh, South African speedster was coming down the right sideline, and then she just stepped out. That's going to be, I don't see. Oh, there's an Argentinian player. I think she fell. She's holding her hip. Weird. I think we're going to have a little bit of an injury stoppage. Oh, she was so close. So close. She was like just barely, like foot on the line, just barely into touch. Otherwise, she was gone. Like she just barely got around the corner, but like, nope, not going to do it. I don't see South Africa being able to come back at this point. So after this injury thing, we're going to have an Argentinian line out. And then again, it's a 2-score game. Argentina 22, South Africa 10. The clock is stopped with a minute 07. Oreo, what's up? Welcome back. How you been? Hey, I shouted you out on my next live stream, man. I said, yeah, I listened to 6 Pills, and then the next stream I did, I actually shouted you out, and I recommended the song like I promised I would, my man. It's a good tune. Expensive, cheap, and very bad support. Oh, oof. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know data plan. Sorry. I just do unlimited data. I'm fortunate in that regard here in the States where I just do an unlimited data plan. So can't say I'm a technical spec sort of guy. Sorry, I can't help. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, Oreo, man. I've been wondering where you were at. Great to see you again. Okay, so we got a scrum now to South Africa, but I think this is going to be too late. So there's about 30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds left in the game. Ooh, we got a little pushing and arguing. It's 30 seconds in the game. I think South Africa, they've got time for 1 score. They don't have time for 2 scores. This is going to be a big victory for Argentina here. Let's see if South Africa can get a score here to finish though. I got a few observations though from on the men's side. So, like I said, I managed to watch every single game today. I just couldn't go live because I'm in dad mode and I ain't putting my kid on the internet, nor am I ignoring my child. Yeah, Scrum's gonna reset. USA just got by Belgium. Belgium is 0 for 4. Canada's 0 for 4. That's going to be the first game. The next one up right after this. Um, but I thought Belgium looked pretty good. I thought the USA was really sloppy. They played pretty poorly for the first 5 minutes. We conceded a try first, so we're down 0-5. And then Will Chevalier just got a really nice breakaway try right before half, and he got it right between the sticks. So we ended up going into halftime 7-5. That's a forward pass from South Africa. That's going to be game. That's a big win from Argentina. That's a massive win from the Argentinian women. So you ended up having the USA just barely ahead of Belgium at half. And then early second half, we had a scrum basically on the Belgian 5-meter line, ran a real simple move. I'll actually draw that one up here for a second. So just fly half goes one way, Chevalier, the scrum half, picks the other way. We're in. I haven't been able to watch. All good, dog. Appreciate you. Great to have you back, Oreo, man. Been wondering where you were. So USA, and then I guess to finish it off, Steve Thomasine got a try right at the end of the game. So the final score of that USA-Belgium game was 17-5, much closer than it looked. Like I said, Belgium was a better team for 5-6 minutes. We were lucky to be going into half ahead. All this was, so here's like the try line, and our scrum is like 5, like right at the 5. So let's say scrum. All right. USA set like something like this with the setup. All right. And you had Chevalier, our scrum half. So he puts the ball into the scrum. As the ball goes into the scrum, the USA fly half goes here. So all that's going to do, this is some of these really simple moves you can do in sevens that just you move the defense around and you make it really, really easy for yourself. So think about this. He's got a defending scrum half probably following him, and we've spread the defense way out with this setup. And then as soon as this guy moves here, okay, his matching defenders gotta go and match him. Either that, unless somehow they can talk this out and the scrum half could release and go here. But instead, he goes over here, Chevalier picks it, and he just keeps the ball in two hands and just takes this angle and opposite to the try right here. So that was the one that really put us over the top. With that one, it ends up being a 7-point game. So then Argentina wins this tournament, 13 points. Spain's second with 11. South Africa women only got 10. So interesting. You got Belgium, Canada coming up next. Really simple move, really effective for the USA. Just that off-ball movement. Anytime you can spread the defense out like that and then do some movement off of the ball, even before the ball's in, you move the defense around so much. And now you allow for one-on-one matchups. You let someone like Will Chevalier, who's fast, who can win a foot race to that little gap right there, you let him do what he does. I thought it was a really simple, good call. Missouri. Okay, cool. Where you don't have to tell me if you don't want. Where in Missouri though? I used to live in St. Louis, so I got a lot of people down there. Love the state. Canada and Belgium just running out right there. We'll talk a little more about the other men's matches. Again, Uruguay whooped up on Canada. They were up. They jumped on them from the get-go. They were up 19-0 at halftime, 31-0 they won. Really seems like Canada can't string positives together. They're not that bad, although they're 0 for 4, as are their opponents, Belgium here. But Belgium's looked a little more dangerous. Canada will make a play, maybe 2 plays. They can't string the plays together enough to get scores. And then I think they maybe have a little bit less pace than some of these teams, a little bit slower, so which is tough in sevens. But the margin's not that bad. They're just not able to string their positive phases together. So like a lot of things in sports and rugby in particular, when you get negative momentum, it really builds on itself, and you're seeing that for the Canada men right now. So Canada kicks off. They go high middle ball taken by Belgium. I think Canada's going to get a turnout penalty right there. Yeah, that was a really good poach by the Canadians. So they get the holding on penalty. They go quick. Canada. Geico. Canada is hitting it up here on the left side inside the Belgian 22. Let's see again. Canada, they're not a bad team. They just can't string their positives together. And you can see that there's negative momentum, and then it builds on itself. Good chip through by the Canadian. Oh, and then he doesn't get it. Perfect example right there. I don't. I personally, if I was a coach, I wouldn't want him to be kicking right there. It's a little bit speculative. You're really close to the try line. Maybe just keep the ball a few more phases, and something will happen. Uruguay or Belgium kicks it deep. Oh, and then they're off. Good little 1-2 interplay by a couple of the Belgian players, and now Belgium's in the Canadian half already. Good offload off the ground by the Belgians. They're inside the 22. Man, Canada was right on the doorstep. They really they should have. He didn't get the best bounce on that kick, but I just don't see why you kick that ball at that point. Um, got a man on the edge, right edge. He steps inside. That's going to be a try right there. Big ginger there for the Belgians. They get the first try. Man, so look at the swing there. Like Canada, they've got the ball. They've got multiple phases in the 22. They need to hang on to the ball and leave there with points. And instead, he gets speculative with the kick. Bounce doesn't go his way. Belgium cleans it up. They kick it downfield. They get the ball back. Now Belgium scores. They're going to end up 7-0 because this was a centered try. It just shows you possession, possession, possession in sevens. I feel much more, especially because it's a really beautiful day there. On day one, you saw, especially that first round, it was really wet, really sloppy. A lot more territorial kicking makes some sense. It's really tough to handle the ball and string a lot of phases together. You were seeing a lot of drops, even in the contact zone because of that. But on a day like this, where it looks like it's sunny and beautiful and you got a dry ball, you got to keep ball in hand. I feel like a lot more. If you're kicking, you've got to have a really willed. You are correct. I am bald. About a year and a half ago, I was coaching this team, and the players on the team, they were all like, it's a college team. So like guys who were roommates, like the room, they'd all like show up at practice. They'd all shave their heads one night. And this was a thing for like a month. Over the course of like a month, my team was like slowly shaving their heads or going bald. And I'd been going bald, kind of like thinning hair, retreating hairline sort of thing for like a decade. And I was always saying, I'm like, one of these days I'm just going to shave my head. And then we get the last tournament of the year, the biggest one, nationals. And the other coach was like, hey, we got to do something to fire these kids up. He's like, you know what they would love? If all us coaches just shaved our head and showed up bald. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. And so we did. The kids loved it, absolutely loved it. They got a whole coaching staff of bald coaches. And I'm just stuck with it ever since. It's really easy. My philosophy on grooming is make it as easy as possible. One football player. Oh, name starts with a D. I don't know, man. I'm a Packers fan and I don't follow. Okay, Canada. Oh, Canada gets a try there in the corner. That was a nice little offload play. So Canada right back in this one. We are just over 3 minutes into the first half. Canada just got a score. Name starts with a D. Yeah, no, sorry. TD. No, if it's not the Packers, and even then, I don't like even watch. It was a nice little switch, and then another 1-2 play. I don't follow NFL enough outside of the Packers and like the big superstars. I don't pay much attention to it. It's my bad. Okay, I think we had other view. Can anyone guess this one? Yeah, we got the rugby versus American football chat right there. I like it. I am personally a rugby guy all day. I have become a fan of real football, original football. Oh, I think Canada Picton's going to get another one. I think that's the same guy, same spot basically. Canada picked this up off the restart. So 3 minutes. So we got 4 minutes into the half, and Canada has just gone bang, bang. Just two quick scores. I think both of them by Picton on the right side. That's a big, what's up, Bodie Sherp? What's up, Bodie Sherp? Nice to have you here. This is a great win in the air by the Canadian. He goes up and gets his hand on the ball right off of the restart, wins it back to his team. They move it to Picton on the edge. Picton finishes in the right corner, gets a nice fend and moves his hips away from the defender who's trying to make that cover tackle. That's really, really well done. Springboks are the best rugby team in the world right now. I will co-sign that. That's cool, dude. Oh, we got the Kenyans up there. The Kenyans got like a marching crew, like a traditionally dressed marching crew up. Oh, Belgium gets a little break. Nope, I think we had a knock on there somewhere. It looked like Canada almost won that, and then Belgium came up with it. and then I think they tried to make a pass and it got knocked on. The Belgian player's like smiling. I think he knows, yeah, either he knows he messed up or he tried to do something cheeky or something there. So we got a minute 55 left in the first half. Canada 10, Belgium 7 right now. Again, Canada, both of these teams 0-4. Both have been struggling. I really thought Belgium played pretty well in that opener today against the US. Look competitive. This is, the last 2 minutes has been the best we've seen out of Canada pretty much all tournament. I managed to watch all of the men's games. And Canada has just struggled to string positive plays together. They're going to have a penalty here for not rolling away as well. Oh, Deebo Samuel. Okay, I know who he is. Yeah, I don't know. He streams. Oh, we got a pick and go from the Canadians. They're 5 meters out. Let's see. That's going to be another try for Canada. Okay. Yeah, this is Canada. Like I said, they've really struggled to string positives together. The Belgians are upset. I think they thought they should have gotten a penalty there, and I don't think I'd even disagree. Got a little bit of pushing and shoving. So a little dummy and pick and go. Yeah, and then I think the Belgians have something there. I think the referee just missed that. I think there should have been a holding on call from the Canadians, but no call made. So there we go. I got a crush on my bald head. I hear that all the time. Something about a bald man. So Canada 15, Belgium 7. I would think they're going to make this conversion. This is right in front of the sticks. Yeah, conversion good. So Canada 17, Belgium 7. There's 45 seconds left in the first half here. Canada, like really, these last 3 minutes, this is the best they have played all tournament. They've really strung these together. Kind of impressive, it's always good to see the USA whoop up on Canada as we did. But at the same time, like Canada's a very proud rugby nation. They've got a long history of playing good rugby. And their men's sevens in particular have really struggled as of late. Their women are really good. Oh, come on. My Paramount Plus it's stopping here for a second. I'm wondering if I'm having internet issues. Oh, let's see. We paused for just a second. Your mom died? Goat Nadam? I'm sorry to hear that, man. That sucks, dude. That sucks a lot. My wife's father died a little over a year ago, and that was very rough for our family entirely. It's been rough for her family ever since. That sucks, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep your head up. I'm sure you're out there making her proud. I'm sure she loved you. That sucks that your mom died. Really, really sad to hear that. I think Canada just got another try here. Hold on. Pick and go, draw and pass. Yeah, and then I think he just wins a race to the corner. Wow. That's 4 tries in rapid succession for Canada. That one was down the left side. Okay, so Picton got 2 of them in the right corner. Then they had the pick and go right up the middle, center try. And then they had one down the left side. So this is, I think this is a Kenyan group up there drumming away. They've got like this group of people drumming and doing like dancing and going like up through the stands. Like I'll tell you, the Kenyan fans are always incredible. Actually, I don't know if that's, it looks, the headdresses look African from what I can see. Not 100% sure that it's turning into like a conga line. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love rugby, man. It's given me a really cool life. I love coaching. I'm still doing a little coaching, but it's all part-time at this point, not doing it full-time anymore. So this channel is kind of how I'm staying as involved as I can and doing a little broadcasting and stuff on the side. It's like changing my focus of the game a little bit. And it's a different way to look at the game. Like looking at it from a broadcaster perspective is different. So we got Canada 22, Belgium 7 at halftime, and they're showing this drumline, conga line thing they got going up in the stands. It's very interesting. I'm intrigued. I do agree with you though. The Springboks are the best in the world right now on the men's side. It's not even really that close. They're going for their 3rd straight 15s World Cup coming up in Australia next year. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Rassie Erasmus and the Springboks on the 15-sider is good. And the Blitzboks, their 7s team, they just wrapped up the series title, I think, last weekend as well. At them and Fiji are the best 7s teams at the moment. Oh, and this guy, it's looking like they got one of these drumline people had Kim Jong-il like on his, like they've got pictures of individuals on the backs of they look like bathrobes sort of things. Like the headdresses look somewhat African. The bathrobe things they're wearing look like there's like flames on them and stuff. It's pretty wild, to be honest. So Belgium kicking off to start the second half. Canada, good one man lift, really good one man lift to win that restart. And then they hoof that. They're going with the big kick. They're going to kick this way downfield. Can my wife fight? My wife is a beast. Yeah, my wife can fight, to be honest. My wife represented the USA in rugby, not at the senior level, but at the U20 and U23 level. She's like a lock eight. So she is tall, she is physical, and she runs chicks over. She's fun to watch play rugby. But she's actually in Nashville, Tennessee this weekend. She was playing in a tournament there. I think they just finished up. I just had a little video call with her just right before I got on this call. Say hi to the baby before I set her down for a nap. My wife can definitely fight. My wife is a very physical woman, and she is. It's brutal and it's beautiful to watch on a rugby field in particular. So we're about 1 minute in, 6:05 left on the second half clock. It's going to be a Canada scrum inside the Belgian 22. Yeah, and we got a penalty at the scrum time, penalty on the Belgians. So I'm just really the main thing. I'm my wife could beat up, I would say, the majority of men in the world. I think my wife could beat up 99+% of women, and I would say she could beat up most men in the world. She is a physical person. That baby we got, that baby's gonna be a strong physical like baby. Hey, Bodie, good to see you again. So scrum, Canada calls for another scrum here. So another Canadian scrum about 10 meters away from the Belgian line. Belgium needs to make something happen before, otherwise Canada's going to run away from this. This is a two-score game at this point because it's a 15-point margin. Canadian scrum half picks and goes, hits the fly half on a crash. They're about 2 meters away. Pick and go. Belgium stuffs them right at the line, though. Now they're going to spin it right. Yep. I think they got a free man off to the right side. That's going to be another try for Canada. It's Picton with his third. That's a hat trick for Picton there. Thank you, KPK Panda. I appreciate it. I love rugby. This has been really fun as I started going live, about a month and a half ago through the Six Nations, and it's a cool opportunity for me to talk rugby in a different way besides just coaching. Sometimes I draw stuff up on the board, like some of the technical things I'm noticing from the teams, and try to do some teaching with the channel as well. But also, it's just a chance for me to be a fan, to interact with people like y'all. I appreciate it. I'm new at this. I still haven't even figured out how to edit videos. So even the videos I put up are just like, it's me going, or it's like practice stuff I've ran. Had some drills, pass backwards, run forwards, no blocking, no stoppage at the tackles. That's the gist of it. Sevens in particular, if you were new to rugby, I would recommend anyone who's new to rugby to watch sevens, because it's a simpler form of the game. It's still the same game. The rules are, there's a few tiny little things that are different. Okay, ooh, good take. Belgium takes a Canadian out of bounds down the left sideline, so it's going to be a line out to Belgium. But sevens, I feel like for a new fan, it's a lot easier to grasp. There's so much more space on the field, and it goes quicker, and there's a lot more flow of play. And so I think you can pick up the gist of what's going on and like understand the sport at like a basic level a lot quicker watching sevens. I recommend anyone who's brand new to rugby, I say watch rugby sevens. In particular, if you want to watch like the best in the world on the men's side, it's going to be South Africa and then Fiji. I can't say enough always about the Fiji men's. Fiji is just a tiny little island nation in the South Pacific, but rugby sevens is like their national sport. They won the first two Olympic gold medals in sevens. They are absolutely a joy to watch. It's their whole culture is rugby and family and God, and they they have a unique style. They play with the ball like they chuck the ball around. It's very free flowing. Like watching the Fijian men play sevens is some of the most beautiful thing you'll ever see. Bakis, yeah. Do you ever go to Cape Town sevens? I've been talking a little bit about how I think World Rugby, by like making the series smaller, and like having less tournaments, I think they've really killed. Like we had Vegas. Oh, Belgium, I think it got a breakaway here. Yep, good dummy and go and reversal from this Belgian player. So this is going to be a try under the sticks for Belgium. I think they got enough time right there. Nice. Yeah, we had the Vegas sevens, and that was so well done in the States. And it just so many people in the US, they had New York the other week, last weekend. but it's a smaller tournament. I think by shrinking it, they did a disservice. They still I was at Cape Town, crazy good party, great festival atmosphere, and then Hong Kong Sevens is like the original Sevens tournament, and so those ones I've those are ones I want to get to. I got a ton of friends in Asia. I used to live in Thailand, and I have a bunch of friends who go to Hong Kong Sevens every year, and everyone says it's just like that's the best. Um, but like everything I've seen and heard, it's like Cape Town of the like current World Series, along with Hong Kong, which is always going to be Hong Kong. Cape Town is the one where like they just do it right, and it's fun to watch. They get it going. They get that stadium rocking. I really miss the sevens in Vegas because I get to go to that 3 years in a row. I was coaching a college team that we made the final there in the college tournament, so we get to play inside the stadium. And my players completely like lost their minds. Like most of them had never played in front of thousands and thousands of people before, and we totally just laid an egg in the final. We lost to Kutztown, which was, to be fair, they've won some national titles in sevens. They were the better team, but I think they beat us like 40-7. Like we played so bad. We had such a good tournament, and we like earned our spot in the finals. And then we like, okay, we're in the stadium, and we just like completely laid an egg. You could see these kids, Canada with a breakaway. I think this is going to seal it for the Canadians. Good dummy and go, little dummy go, cut back. Yes, 55 for Canada. He scores under the sticks, and I think that's going to put it away. Um, and like it speaks to like the first time you ever play in a big stadium. It's an experience. Like I could see these players, their body language and stuff was like, oh my gosh, there's cameras, there's thousands of people. Like I don't know, it's like 10, 15, 20,000 people in the stadium. It was a big event. And my players completely like lost their minds and like forgot how to play rugby for 14 minutes. Um, so I do think Kutztown in that match, they were the better team. They deserved to win it, but they looked like they'd been there before. And it was a good teaching opportunity for me as a coach. Minute 10 left in the second half. Canada 34, Belgium 14. Good teaching moment for me as a coach to say, okay, fellas, now you've played in a stadium. All right, let's mentally prepare. Let's think about this. If we're going to be good going forward, we need to get ourselves in a mental space where we can win big games, where we can walk into a stadium and we can still execute. And the happy ending to this is a year and a half later, that team, a lot of those same players, we went out and we ended up winning a national title in 2019. And the guys knew how to execute by that point. They didn't get caught up in the moment. We were down in a semifinal against a very good team, down by 8 or 10. Came back, won it, iced the game at the end. We got a penalty in front of the sticks. We're up by 5 with like a minute left. And my players are like yelling at like, take the scrum. What do we do? And they're like, I'm like, no. Take the points. Take the points. That makes it a 2-score. I knew my kicker on the field. He'd be like, he wasn't going to miss from right in front of the sticks. I said, no, calm, points. Take the points. Take the points. He took all his time, slots it right through. Even if we gave up another converted try, we still win the game. And then in the final, we went out, we executed. So it was a happy ending. But like I recommend anyone who thinks they might, good little break and an offload from Belgium. We are just about, and they knocked it forward. And I think Canada's going to finish this actually. Belgium had a little half break, but then they mishandled it and knocked it on right to a Canadian, and he's going to score in the corner. 64 for Canada. That's going to be the game right there. Canada finished with a try in the left corner. That's a big dub for Canada. They needed that in a big sort of way. But I tell any player, if you think there's any possibility you're going to have a big game, a knockout playoff match, a game in a stadium against a bunch of players, you need to mentally prepare yourself for that moment. You need to spend in the months leading up to that things, spend 5 minutes a day, take your deep breaths, think about walking into that stadium, hearing the roar of the crowd, looking up and seeing stands full everywhere, the cameras everywhere. Great conversion from near the touchline to finish that. So Canada 41, Belgium 14. Big win for the Canadians right at the end. So they finish 1-4. Belgium finishes 0-5. But getting those mental reps, and if you've gone through it mentally, if you've been in that stadium, even if you've not really played in that stadium, but if you've done it in your mind ahead of time, I find a lot of times those players that are mentally prepared, they've gone through that stressful scenario in their mind, and they see, how am I going to react? Okay, here's myself. I'm visualizing myself executing while I'm under pressure in this big stadium with all these people yelling at me and in this broadcast going on. It just turns up. I mean, ultimately that paid dividends, and that team, I led them to a national championship a year and a half later. So, but it was enlightening. The first time you play in a big stadium, I can say this myself. The first time I played rugby in a big stadium, I kind of laid an egg. The crowd's distracting. You're hearing all the wrong things rather than dialed in on like executing, catching and passing, making your tackles, doing the next job. So yeah, Canada and Germany running out, or sorry, USA and Germany. This is the match of the tournament for the men's. Whoever wins this one ends up being the gold medalist for this. Of course, I'm a USA fan. I'm a USA rugby guy. I have been wildly impressed with this German team. This German team is fantastic, and it's not flashy. They've got some good athletes. I think the USA has a little more X factor athletically. This German team plays so solidly. They make high percentage decisions. They defend really hard. They make teams. They'll give up a try here and there, but they make the opposition work so hard for their scores. They retain ball as good as any team by far that I've seen in this men's tournament here in Montevideo. Then they've also got a really good kicker, and they have a really good set piece platform. Like, it's super simple what's working for this German. So what do we got? What's that? Germany kicks to the USA. They go deep in the 22. USA hits it up. Okay, so this is the big one. I gotta have myself a beverage while I watch this. So USA is attacking out of their own 22. Just gets to ground. Germany's trying to choke tackle. Whew. Thank you. I appreciate you listening. Man, yeah, these Germans are like they're rabid on defense. It's really fun to watch. I want the USA to win this, but this German team is going to be a tough beat. They just do all the little things right. David Still, great offload to Chevalier. I think is he going to go? He's got a German player covering him. I think he's got it. I think he's got it in the right corner. Let's go. Let's go, USA. Will Chevalier finishes that really good offload off the right sideline from David Still the third. Hits Chevalier back in field, and Chevalier just takes a gap and goes and just beats the German defender to the right corner. Yeah, so Chevalier hits Still controls it in contact, and then offloads back inside. Chevalier, man, he's been limping repeatedly through this tournament. It's like he's got a wheel that isn't feeling good, but he's been electric. He scored 2 tries this morning for the USA. It's been fantastic. He's an Indiana product. You want to see my bicep? That's the right one. I have a beer to calm down. That's a huge start from the USA. Touchline conversion missed. So USA up 5-0. Oh, Germany knocks that backwards on the restart, comes up with it. That's Cook or Koch, Koch. He's one of 2 German players I've been wildly impressed with. I think he's their scrum half. Him and then 99, I think his name is Dipper. Really good players. They run some really simple moves off of their scrums that are just wildly effective at just putting a player. He puts Cook puts Dipper into space really well. And it's not fancy things. It's not overpowering athleticism. It's like movement off the ball, move the defense around, make the gap bigger, put the little fast guy into some space where he can win a foot race. All right, USA's got this here. Let's go. The Germans kicked that away. They were under pressure, like way almost on their own try line. So under a lot of pressure. Lucas Lecamp carries it, gets it to deck. We settle the ruck. Okay, little step back. USA is retaining ball here. This is good. We struggled in that first game against Belgium today to retain the ball. We had some silly mistakes and knock-ons. Man, the Germans are really competing well at breakdown. Oh, is that Lecamp? Nope. Great tackle that's Dipper right there. That little number 99. I think he's a winger for Germany. Really good cover tackle on Lucas Lecamp. But Eagles still have the ball. Chevalier gets tackled, releases, picks it back up. And Germany does a great job of taking the vertical space and blitzing defensively while that first pass from the scrum half is in the air. They make it difficult. Even they give up tries. It's impossible. It's impossible to not if you play enough. You're going to give up some tries, but man, they make teams work really hard to score against them. If USA can get a second score here, this would be big. A two score advantage. I think we ended up just short there. Yep. Nope. Ruck support just a little bit too short. That's it. Germany just made us work. And then that ruck support was just about a half second late. They get hands on it. And there's Cook there taking the quick tap. Ooh, a little bit broken defense here for the Eagles. Okay, we settled it. So this is the first real attack. Ooh, LeCamp looks down. Something. I think he got hit at the ruck. Let's see, he's slow getting up. Let's see how this is going to go. Like I said, the German team by far has been the best at just retaining ball and making high percentage decisions. Great offload from the Germans. They're inside the USA 22. Oh, is he? Oh, cover tackle there. Germany 5 meters away. USA, big counter ruck. Big counter ruck. Big steal. Let's go. Oh, that was a huge save. Huge save. That is, I will say the USA has done that repeatedly. And then Germany with the huge counter ruck, and they just win it back. Wow. USA has done a really good job picking their when to pressure the breakdown and generate turnovers this tournament. We got a knock on. Okay. Oof. That's a big one. So it's going to be a USA scrum about 10 meters away from their own line. Yeah. These players look tired and beat up. We got 2 minutes left in the first half. You got several players from both teams looking banged up. Dipper there from Germany, the little fellow with the scrum half. He's getting a little attention. This is just going to be used as an additional water break, I think. Do I have an Instagram? Joski, Rugby Joski. Rugby Joski. I basically don't do squat on my Instagram yet at this point. I've been told by multiple people that I need to start doing the stuff I'm doing on YouTube on my Instagram. But Rugby Joski. Rugby Joski, Joeski. I've gotten linked. I got my boy Rizzo, Badger Kings Rugby. He has, Dipper knocked that on when he got tackled. That was a good dominant tackle. He's linked me and posted some stuff on Instagram linked to me. So Bodie, you're back. You're saying hi again. Hello again, Bodie. So there's a few video highlights on there, but I got to start posting my stuff, some of the YouTube things I'm doing on the Instagram. All right, USA scrum. We win our own scrum, thank goodness. Steve Thomasine takes it up. Man, I love Steve Thomasine. He's so tough. Such a solid player. He can play all sorts of roles. He can play scrum half. He can play the front row. He can kick. Okay, USA still playing out of our own 22. The Germans are defending. Man, their defensive launch is so good. Chevalier, okay. What do we got? LeCamp on the edge. He cuts it back. Let's see. We get there for the ruck. There we go. Okay, USA across midfield. Spinning it to the right. Good depth from the biggest way to counter this is to have some good depth, especially at that second receiver position for the USA. And they're doing a good job of not getting hurt by that German blitz defense. Good step by Thomasine, but he still gets ankle. Good quick pick by LeCamp. He's going backwards, but we still got the ball. Oh, that German. Whoa. Oh, German player steals that. USA counter ruck steals it back. Oh, wow. What a back and forth game. Let's go. USA got a little advantage here. Can we beat him to the corner? Yes. Ben Brazel. Let's go. Wow. 30 seconds left in the half. Second USA try. So USA 10, Germany 0. Everybody looks gassed, like super gassed. That was such a back and forth move there. This is huge. All right, so this is just inside the 15 on the left side. So very makeable conversion, but not necessarily easy. This will be a big one. That was a huge, once again, the USA picks a great time to pressure the breakdown. Steve Thomasine also here does a great job of keeping ball in two hands and drawing just enough to give Ben Brazel the space to finish. And Brazel like dots that down and like goes down in a non-creepy way. Yeah, Rugby Joski. Joeski. All right, USA restart. Germany knocks it on off of the restart. Good one-man lift, but I think they knocked that on. Yeah, conversion was missed, but we've got a knock-on advantage here. Oh, this would be massive because Germany doesn't. They've won by being solid. They have not won because they can put like a ton of tries on real fast. Chevalier back outside. Oh, that was a beautiful move. That's going to be Lucas LeCamp under the sticks. Oh, that's freaking huge. That's huge. That's going to be a 3-score margin. USA scores. So we're 50 seconds into stoppage time here in this first half. This is massive because this German team has won their first 4 games, not by like putting on a ton of tries in rapid succession, by being really solid. The fact for us to be able to get this lead like this is going to be really tough for Germany to come back from. Man, it's good to see that the Eagles execute like this. LeCamp does a great job to Brazel on that edge. Brazel steps inside two, then he hits Chevalier back inside, and then really good job reloading from Lucas LeCamp back to the outside, and then he takes that final finishing pass off of Chevalier. Oh, I love it. Yeah, USA players take it. Oh, there's somebody's down, like down, down. They got medics looking at them. I think we're stopped. Ref is telling him to take. I think the clock is moving again, so it says we're a minute into stoppage time. They'd stop the clock because of this injured player. There's like 3 medics out there. I'm not sure what happened, but somebody is definitely down injured. Let's see about. Okay, kick goes through. Kick go through. Did the kick go through? I didn't see a signal there. Did we miss the conversion there, or did we not take it? I'm not sure. I Yeah, you're not wrong. I appreciate that. That's a good nudge. Okay, so yeah, medics on the field. We're at halftime. So USA 15, Germany's. I'm wondering if the time just expired there on that conversion, because I think it seemed like there was some confusion between the referee and the kicker. The kicker. Yeah, no, I'm down with you there. Is it Al 94 or AI 94? Um, but yeah, no, you're right. I've been told by several is like you gotta start putting this stuff on Instagram too. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. That's another nudge. I appreciate it. So USA 15, Germany 0. I'm not sure what player for what team or whoever is down, but in like the far side corner there, kind of back where that last pass would have went. Could be Chevalier, could be Brazel, it could even be a German player. I'm not sure, but somebody's down getting medical attention. But this is a massive lead for the USA at halftime. 15-0 against this German team, who I can't say enough about. This German men's sevens team has looked spectacular throughout this game. As a coach and a lover of rugby, I see them do the little things right over and over and over and over again. And to be fair, all three of these USA tries we've had to work for. Like Germany's continued to make this difficult on us. I think that little bit of X factor I talked about that at the start of the game. AI, it's your initials. Nice. Allen Iverson. I was a huge Allen Iverson fan as a kid. I was a basketball player before I got into rugby. I loved Allen Iverson, PK Allen Iverson. Like when he took the Sixers to the NBA Finals, he was my guy. Oh yeah, what's going on with this player? This player down. We might have a long halftime because I'm not sure. It's not like I don't think they're. I don't see that they've like brought a board out or anything. But there is a player down, and they are still getting medical attention. So I think it's going to be an extra long bit of rest here for these teams at halftime. Mm. Man, it looks like a beautiful day in Montevideo. So yeah, yesterday that first round, it was like it was raining, it was wet, it was just like brutal. Okay, so they're showing the standings right now, and it's Germany, USA, Kenya, Uruguay, Belgium, Canada. That's about where I would say these teams ranked. I mean, Canada beat Belgium, but I would say, clearly the Germany and the USA are the best two teams, and I would say clearly Kenya is the third best team. And then but Uruguay is like right there. Uruguay is good enough where they could beat any of those three teams ahead of them. And then in my opinion, even though Canada beat them, from what I've seen previously through this tournament, I would say I rate Belgium a tad higher. So I don't think this is dependent. I don't think this includes this potential result. So I'm interested to see how these standings change, because I think Germany won that first event. I think in that first event that was in Nairobi about a month ago, no team ended up undefeated. I think everybody lost at least one game, but I think Germany ended up getting the most points from it, ended up technically being the winners of it. Yeah, a little bit of a breeze going in Montevideo, but it's sunny and it's beautiful. Yesterday morning, that first round was like wet and brutal. You could see like the water was splashing everywhere um when the players were running around the pitch. We're seeing all these knock-ons in contact. You were seeing teams not pass the ball all that much because you can't make a bunch of wide passes when the ball's really wet and it's windy and gross. Oh, a bunch of Uruguayan kids having a party there. Um, but really, with these good conditions, you've really seen the play open up. Even later in the day yesterday, you saw the play open up a lot, and you saw a lot more expansiveness. You saw a lot less knock-ons in that contact zone, and that's absolutely just a reflection of not having a wet ball anymore. A dry ball allows these teams to play more with it. It makes it more entertaining, to be fair, I would say, for the fans. Mm. Yeah, they're still showing the stands and stuff. So whatever's going on with this injury, is interesting. Somebody's hurt. I hope they're going to be okay, because this is definitely, with the stoppage of this length, you're talking about something serious, and they're being careful with that player. these Uruguayan kids, they're just like, ah, 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 ah. They're loving. Well, one of them's wearing a Brazil jersey though, like a Brazil football shirt. I don't know. I could see that getting testy up in the stands. You get the Uruguayans against the Brazilians. You got a bunch of Argentinians there. Oh yeah, we got one of these kids has Argentina stuff on their cheek as well. Like, yeah, this is getting wild, man. More kids are coming. The kids know that the camera's on them. You got more kids. We got a German kid there even. Yeah, these kids are all trying to get their moment on the stream. Somebody's doing the 6-7. Ah, I like it. Oh gosh, now more of them are doing the 6-7. Now they're all doing the 6-7. Oh goodness. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Memes for days. Man, what's going on with this injured player? I'm really, really hoping for him. If you're listening, if you're the praying type, say a prayer. Again, I don't even know who this is who's down, but this is a long stoppage. Gosh, all now we got a kid in an All Blacks jersey doing the 6-7. Got a kid in a San Diego something doing this. They're all doing the 6-7. All these kids doing 6-7. Yeah, they know what the camera want. They know what the people want. Oh goodness, I love it. It's great to see. Okay, we got some kid talking to some Spanish player. He's getting his chat on. This is like chubby little fella, and he's wearing like I think it's like an Ireland jersey. He's like next to one of the Spanish women's players, and they're talking. He's like shooting his shot right now. Oh, here comes another Spanish player. Oh, the kids are jumping in front of the women. Oh man. Come on. Come on. What's going on? So women, okay, so now they're putting up the series standings. Argentina women are at the top with 40 points because they won this event. South Africa women are second at 34. Spain tied with them at 34. China at 28, Brazil at 22, and Kenya at 22. Yeah, like just in watching these women's games this weekend, the parity in this women's competition is in this, sevens two level. It's insane. Like every one of these teams could beat any one of these teams in any one game. The Kenyans, from what I can see, they've kind of had more Kenya and Brazil, like they make more mistakes. But okay, we're back. Looks like we're finally going to get this underway. But the parity across this women's competition has been unbelievable. So I think we got USA kicking off here in the second half. So let's see if we can put this one away. Kicks to the left side. I think that's going to be just short. Yep, like half a meter short, but Germany goes up and gets it. So Germany's playing out of their own half. They're close to halfway here. All right, USA just needs to make them work. We can give up a score eventually, but we just got to make them work really hard for it and let that clock be your friend. It's a 3-score game. Again, huge counter ruck from the USA leads to a steal. Man, this is if there has been one consistent thing, and then we get a penalty off of it. If there is one consistent thing I've seen from the USA that has really made this tournament for them, it's that they pick great opportunities to counter ruck. And a lot of times they're turning that into the tackler or like a tackle assist. They're doing a really good job with a roll away, and then that second arriving player or even the tackler, if he finishes on his feet, he's not trying to play the ball. He's turning it immediately into a counter ruck, immediately just squaring, driving feet and turning whatever they're doing around that tackle situation immediately into just a clear counter ruck. They've done it over and over again super well. I would imagine, I don't think any other team has nearly won as many turnover balls at the ruck with counter rucks as us. Good line out. LeCamp cuts it back. Good ruck support. Good ruck support. USA plays it to the left side. Big skip pass over the top to the left. So we got David Still the third there. Big fella out on the wing. Uses the fend, takes it in. Yes. Just need to keep playing with the ball. Cut back. Is that Chevalier again? He's off. That's it. This is going to ice it. Like this is going to ice this just like a minute and a half into the second half. Will Chevalier under the sticks. That's another big try for the USA. Let's go, man. That kid, I coached against him a little bit. I believe he's an Indiana guy, and I'm almost positive I coached against him for a couple of years. We played him I think once in 15s, but a number of times in sevens. He is a baller. Really good high step through, cuts back in, and then he like there's a tackler close enough to try and make like a low tackle attempt at his legs. He does a great job of high stepping through that. Like if you can see that as a player, if you know that low tackle attempt is coming, if you can high kick, if you can do that high step, like kick your legs up, you'll get through those little like those really those reach tackles or those swats at your legs. Conversion good. USA. Okay, we did make that conversion before half, so it's 24-0. Okay, they scoreboard was off. 24-0 USA over Germany. This is massive. Again, this German team, I can't say enough. These guys, oh gosh, and then we're giving away a breakaway. Does he have this? No, David, who's that? Who chased him down? Is that Still? That is a great cover tackle. That is a David Still the third is a much bigger guy, and he chased that little fella down, made the cover tackle, and released and got the poach. That is fantastic from David Still the third. He's really solidified his place in the USA team. Chevalier with the ball on the wing. He's taking it down just over midfield. LeCamp rucks. Yeah, USA's we're gonna ice this. All we got to do is hold on to the ball, keep it moving, let that clock be your friend. Germany's not going to score 4 tries. Good switch. That was good switch. Good offload. Steve Thomasine down the left side. We still got the ball. And reasons why South Africa is the best and better than the All Blacks. Good night. Nice to meet you, AI. Appreciate you. Uh, the Bomb Squad. Rassie and the Bomb Squad. USA still got the ball. Still got the ball. I love it. Man, we're just icing this. This is the best, like the performance of the tournament here from the USA Eagles, man. Good night to you as well, my friend. Oh, we got a reset. Chevalier is a little bit alone. We got the ruck. Let's go. Mess. We got a big mess. Advantage to the USA. Somebody's down and hurt. Or no, he's saying it's a scrum. So we had a knock on. We're gonna have a scrum to the Eagles. We got a couple USA players down on their knees. Is that Aaron Cummings and somebody else? That's still the third as well. There's a big mess at that ruck. A big mess at that ruck. And I think some like players falling on each other. We got a player down for Germany as well. This is going to be a second. Santos is in. He's been in since the last stoppage for the USA. Big Harvard man with the scrum cap. The Santos family, man. Those Santos brothers, they're ballers. So you got the one. What is it? Ryan and Reed, I think. The one's on the USA Sevens team. The other one's on the USA 15s team. They are some impressive rugby players. Got to be pretty intelligent to be Harvard men as well. All right, so I think this is going to go a scrum to the USA. Thomasine looks like he's going to put it in through the tight head side. And I haven't seen a feeding call on a scrum in a coon's age. Yep, Thomasine makes that. Thomasine loops. Skip pass wide. Is that Faison on the left side? Faison keeps it in bounds, but Germany picks it up. Yeah, it's Aaron Faison. He scored, I believe, his debut first try as a Sevens international yesterday. Oh, we got the big German going down the left sideline. I think he might win this foot race. I think this is going to be Germany's first try here. Yeah, good work from Germany. They deserve that try. Yeah, number 8, L something. Ellerman. Man, that's a big dude. That's a big dude with wheels. Kind of like David. This guy, like David Sill, big physical specimen. This guy is like same thing, huge guy, but even thicker. And man, does this guy have wheels. Wow. Who's he? Is he beating Cummings? Like, man, that is a fast, thick dude. Ellerman. Yeah, that's impressive. That's a great finish from Germany. Really good job skipping the ball wide, finding the space. Minute and a half to go. Minute and a half left in the second half. USA's got this one under control. USA 24, Germany 5. USA's got this in the bag. Let's see how we can finish it. Would love to see us finish strong, maybe even put one more on there. Again, this German team has been fantastic. I can't say enough. If you're watching this afterwards or something, like I put these up so you can watch it. I try to say the time, minute and a half. Germany's about to kick off. Watch this German team. Watch them for several matches. Just see how their high percentage decisions, how hard they work defensively, how they're picky about their offloads. Like they'll make offloads, but they're high percentage offloads. They make good high percentage decisions. Um, and then also too from their set piece. They have a really good set pieces. Oh, USA reverses it. Thomasine goes over the top. Who we got down that sideline? We got a USA man streaking away. I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go. Who's that going in the corner? And there's gonna be another try for the Eagles. Let's go. Who is that who scored that? Number 28? Who's that? I think that's a new guy. That might be a new guy. Oh, it's tricky. Yeah, I think that might be another one. I think that might be a first try. The boys are giving him a lot of. So that was like Cummings switches back to Thomasine, and then Thomasine skips it wide, and then one more drawn pass, and they put Tricky down the right sideline. And yeah, that's I think he's another young fella. I think that might be a debut try. The way that he's getting pats on the butt and taps on the head and stuff. I think, yeah, tricky. I think that might be a first try at the international level. So USA 29, Germany 5. We got this. We got this. We still got one more game to go, and that's going to be Uruguay Kenya, which is a big match as well. I think who wins that determines third place. But USA have this one. Man, this is a big win. Big win. Germany beat us in Nairobi, and this is a huge win for us to control this match the way we have. And to beat the Germans as solidly is massive. That bodes well for Hong Kong in these last stops. So not rolling away penalty on the U.S. Germany's going to get one more shot. We're 20 seconds into stoppage time. USA keeps defending, keeps defending, keeps defending. Make him work. Germany not spills it, but it's backwards. Okay, he puts the chip kick through. It's going to be a foot race to this ball. So it's Santos and the German player. The German player kicks it again. I think Santos is going to pick this up. Yeah, Santos picks this up. We're like on our own like 2 meter line. USA, we get the penalty. All right, let's go. That's going to be it. I would say tap this and kick it out. I would say tap this and kick it out. Time is up. Tap it, kick it out, match over. Well done, USA Eagles. Wow, what a win. I really, yeah, Tupololo was there in at the end and kicked that to touch. I was really worried about this one from the USA's perspective. This German team is really good. That's a huge win for the USA. USA 29, Germany 5. So USA is going to be champs here in Montevideo. That is awesome. I am super hyped. This German team, again, I will reiterate this. If you're a coach, if you're a player, whatever, watch this German men's sevens team. Watch them over the course of several matches. High percentage decisions, great dogged defense, really good ball retention on attack, and then really high percentage. They do simple things off of their set pieces. They'll just do a little movement or something, and then they'll put a man into space. It's not fancy, but this German team does a lot of the little things right. What's up? Yeah, I tidied up the beard. Fresh shave up top. We got Kenya, Uruguay here for this last match here. This is going to determine third place. Oh, I love you, man. That's great. You're consistent too. I like the consistency. Well, just a little rugby here. Just a little rugby. The USA just had a huge win over Germany. I really was worried about us. This German team was good. Oh, so we got Uruguay, Kenya. Uruguay is like down, man. They've only got 9 guys. Normally you'd have 12 in a sevens match. So they're down to 9. So that means you got a bunch of injuries for the Uruguayans. So teams run out on the field. Okay, so Uruguay hosts. Kenya always brings a party. Great cheering section. Fantastic. Let's see how this finishes. I'm almost positive whoever wins this game finishes third at this stop. And so that makes a big deal for who qualifies for the qualification and like where you are in the qualification to get to go to Hong Kong and like the expanded one. It's early in the morning. You just woke up. Welcome. Good to have you. It's mid-afternoon here. The baby's taking a nap. Just having my first beer here while I watch a little bit of rugby. So I'm just hyped. The USA, huge win over Germany. Huge win over Germany. The German men's sevens team they're freaking good. Like they do like all the little things right. Like I'm gonna have a bunch of Selwood, this ref, George Selwood, the match referee for here. He is. You want to talk about a bald guy. Man, he is like that dude bics that thing every day. He's also like clean shaven and everything. I don't even think dude has eyebrows. But this German men's team, man, that is early. Yeah. This German sevens team, they do all the little things right. Like all the little things right. Okay, so we got Kenya kicking off. Uruguay receiving. This is both of these teams have been pretty impressive. Uruguay beat the snot out of Canada. Yeah, they smoked Canada 31-0 in the first game of the day. Ball goes into touch. That's going to be a line out to Uruguay. So let's see what they do with this. I've been pretty impressed with both of these teams. I feel like the difference between these teams and Germany and the US. Oh, is that a knock on? Nope. I think that was off a leg. So Uruguay just barely wins their own line out here. No. And then they get a hold. So penalty to Kenya. Penalty to Kenya. Miscues there from Uruguay right off the bat. We're 6:20 left in the first half, so we're 40 seconds in. Kenya's going to take the scrum here. This is a tough one for me to decide because I pretty much always after the USA and after Fiji, yeah, I ref as well. Yep. I would say my like priorities in rugby is like normally it's always coach because I got like coaching was my job for over 10 years. And so it was always coach, play, referee. But a lot of times I refed a lot of high school stuff too, because that wouldn't be on Saturdays. So I'd be coaching college on Saturdays. And then I coached a little club as well. So I could coach and play on Saturdays, and then I'd referee high school stuff during the week. A lot of times I probably ref like about 3 club matches a year as well, where I'll have an off weekend and I get asked to referee. Oh, our Uruguay with the kick down the right side. Oh, we got a chase. Oh, Kenya comes up with that under pressure though. So Kenya's like 7 meters from their own line right now. That was a really good kick and chase from Argentina. Like kind of unlucky with the bounces. Um, let's see if Kenya can play this out. Yeah, I always tell more people need to ref because okay, no, yeah, the Kenya can't. Uruguay gets a holding on penalty there, so it's going to be a Uruguay penalty like about 7 meters from the Kenyan line. I always tell everyone 'cause everyone likes to complain about the refs. This is one of my favorite things to do with my team. So it's like a bunch of college bros. Everyone they be you lose a close game, they're like, the ref this, the ref that, and then okay, we'd have like we debrief. Like usually I'd let it lay for a minute. I hate Uruguay, he smashes it up. Good stop by Kenya. Right, 1 meter from the line. Um, and then I would say, what's the call, sir? Penalty on yellow card on Kenya. I'm not sure what it was though. You're not releasing or something. I mean, it's right by the line, so that kind of makes sense here. You're any penalty right by the line, especially in sevens, you got to think there's good chance of a Uruguayan player. He picks, taps, goes. Oh, Uruguay, they got numbers. I think this is going to be a Uruguay try down the left side. Yep. Uruguay with first try. Um, and then I'd always take, what's up, Nuvi? Hi. So everyone's upset about the referee and stuff. And then we have a team meeting and they'd be like, hey guys, I know the referee, okay, some calls didn't go our way. It's a tough job. There's one of them, there's 30 people on the field. And I go, all right, raise your hand if you've taken the referee course. And then I would go, and then I'd be I'd be like usually the one person in the entire meeting. So I'd be like, okay, so what I'm saying, I'm not saying you can't be upset at the referee or whatever, but you should go take the referee course yourself if you're gonna, like everyone likes to criticize a referee. It's a hard job, like almost any sport. Like there's so many people who just want to make commentary on the referee or the ref sucks or whatever. They've never taken the course themselves. They've never done it themselves. And so I would say, go out there and give it a try yourself. We need more referees. Some of it too. Some refs do suck. And there's too many refs they're not good, that are reffing too high of a match for where they're at. But the reason it's because there's not better refs. There's not more refs. And if we have more refs, we'll have better refs. And then you'll have better refs reffing the better matches. And hopefully people will be less upset about who ends up reffing and blowing a call in their match. Injury is the most common. Yeah, I would say so. First, a rolled ankle, like a sprained ankle, just because a lot. But after that, by far, AC joint shoulder. Because with it, Uruguay, we got a breakaway. Kenya's scrambling though. Oh, that's going to be a knock on. That's going to be another card. Oh, that's tough. Kenya are going to be down to 5 men here for a minute or two. AC joint, because you got all this tackling, but guys there's no padding, or if you have pads, it's just like this super thin, like foam rubber sort of thing. Yeah, that's a tough one because that's clearly a tackle attempt, but it ends up being an intentional knock on, which means it's going to be a card in sevens. AC joints. So you end up, you take a tackle, you hit somebody just like right there, like right square. So you'll see a lot of times rugby players will have this little like step formation with their AC joint. But yeah, by far after just like you sprained your ankle because you cut weird or something, AC joint. AC joint injuries, you can separations. I think there's like four grades of them, and a lot of like grade one and grade two. Oh, Uruguay with the okay, he keeps it in bounds. So Uruguay, they're up two men. They got it. They need to get another score here. They're up 7-0. If Kenya can kill this card, that would be absolutely massive. They're down two guys. It's playing 7-on-5. That's a really good poach from Kenya. Oh, great work from the Kenyans. I think they're going to get one man back for the card. Okay, so they're only down one man. That is fantastic. Fantastic scrambling defense by the Kenyans. And then to win that penalty at that breakdown. Minute 55 left in the first half here. Good save by the Uruguayan player to keep it in bounds. But yeah, AC joint injuries, it's not even close. I would always, if I've got so that my most recent coaching job, we'd usually have about 50 guys. We run two teams. So we'd have a first team, a second team. I mean, over the course of a season, 50 guys, another penalty to Kenya, not rolling away. Over the course of a season, I'd have at least 12 guys that would end up having an AC joint injury at some point. It just, you can't help but have it. And I mean, I've had it happen to myself a bunch. Another not rolling away penalty against Uruguay. Minute 15 left in the half. Kenya taps and goes with this. You'd think they'd maybe looked. Oh no, they're back to full strength. Wow. So Kenya killed those cards really, really, really well. Um, um, but yeah, it's just, I mean, I can't even think of how many times I've injured my AC joint. I've had shoulder surgery on this one where I tore up my labrum and I played with it for like years with the torn labrum, and I'd keep dislocating it, and then I'd like rehab it. It'd get better for a while. It'd feel stronger for a while, and then like I'd take a weird hit and it'd dislocate again. And so then unfortunately with something like that where you've torn it, every time you do it, like even though I'd rehab it and I'd do all these little exercises to make it stronger, but ultimately, can you get the try there on the left side? That's big, man. Two cards. If they make this conversion, it's a tie game. That's a really, really a lot of grit from Kenyans. Good simple draw and pass to finish that. Um, but it's every time you do it, like every time I dislocate it, the next time it'd be a little easier. It'd be a little easier. It'd be a little easier. So it just keeps getting worse and worse, basically. But I played with it for 5 or 6 years before I finally got surgery. And then it was about 6 months. I think I played again before it was fully back to 100% conversion, just wide right. So that's going to be halftime. Uruguay 7, Kenya 5. And I played like a social tens tournament in Asia after about 5.5 months. And I would say I was at like 85, 90% back. But it's like 6 month recovery on that. Um, and like immediately it was like I should have gotten this surgery a long time ago. Like but yeah, so that's torn labrum on this side, and I've dinged this AC joint probably like 4 or 5 times, and then this AC joint at least a half dozen because I'm a righty, and so I favor my right shoulder a little bit as far, when I go into contact, and so I've dinged this side more actually. So like the severe injuries happened on the left side, but as far as like the little ones, those little grade one AC separations, in Europe, I've only played just a little bit. I've mostly gone to Europe as a fan and a little bit coaching. Mostly played in the U.S. I gone to Asia a lot. I used to live in Thailand, and I have a team in Bangkok that I played with a ton of times. I also lived in Australia and New Zealand. Didn't really play much while I was there. Have a bunch of friends there, but I'd always go in there off season, and so I didn't play when I was over there. So most of my international play has been in Asia. So Thailand, number one. There's a really cool tournament in Laos that I went to a bunch of times in Vientiane, which is the capital of Laos. Kenya gets to try there. Okay, Kenya between the sticks. Oof, that's big. That's big. Um, and Vietnam. Where else? Trying to think. I got a bunch of rugby friends in Hong Kong and Singapore, but I don't think I've ever played there. I went to like practices. I played some touch there. No, most of I would say probably half of my international rugby was in Thailand. Most of the rest of it would be then like Vietnam, Laos, kind of that Southeast Asia area. There's a big tournament or two in the Philippines. It's pretty big. Um, No, I would also every year I would find a way to make, especially once I was starting to get paid to coach and I was coaching at the college level, I'd like take vacations, but I'd use like I'd go play, but I'd also like recruit because in like these big Asian cities, they've got like these large private schools that have rugby, and there's usually a couple good players. So over pretty much every year, I'd managed to recruit at least one good player from Asia who would come over and play college in the U.S. So I kind of used like my playing vacations also as like recruiting opportunities as a coach. So a little bit of coaching abroad as well. I coached in France two summers ago. I was coaching the USA All Americans. We had a tour to France, and we actually went 3-0, which was like wildly successful. So Kenya 12, Uruguay 7. Oh, they're saying okay. So Kenya got that before halftime. I thought that we were in the second half already. Kenya 12, Uruguay 7 at halftime. I lost track of that there. Um, but we went 3-0, so we beat Belgium. It was like the Belgian national team. So it was a USA All Americans team. I was one of the forwards coaches. We beat Belgium. I think it was like their U23 national team. We beat them in the first game. Then we beat like a French military team in the second one. And then the last game of the tour, which was by far the toughest one, was French universities, which is like that France universities team was a very, very good team. I did not expect I honestly thought that those guys would beat us like soundly, but we ended up coming from behind and winning that game against French universities. That's a team of guys that like just missed out on being professionals in France, so they were all probably have been like in French professional academies from the age of like 15 to 17, 18. But in a lot of cases, they have the skills. They're probably just a little bit too small, or they're a tiny bit smaller, a little bit slower than the guys who end up getting the professional senior contracts. Basketball is very popular, huh? That basketball was my game when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, I got sick of basketball by the end of it. And was gonna Uruguay kind of looks like a no. That's gonna like I think there was a knock on there somewhere. There was like a little kick around down the right sideline, and I Uruguay came up with it. I think there was a knock on somewhere in there. Um, I love basketball, but by the time I was like 16, 17, I was really burnt out on it. And I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. So I finished playing in high school, and then I could have played a little bit in college. I had some recruiting attention, but I was just done with it. I still play basketball, maybe a few times a year, and I'm still pretty good at it. But it's tough to find a good basketball game. It seems basketball is a game where like everybody, soccer and chess. Yeah. Um, Basketball is one where I feel like there's a lot of people. It's a game where people want it. Like there's a lot of wanna like. It's just tough to find a good pickup game where like people play quality games. It turns into one on one in the states here at least. Like a lot of people think they're way better than they are, and like they're just trying to. It's like it's a team game, and we're just making it one on one action and stuff. And so anytime I can find a situation where I can play a good pickup game of basketball, I still really enjoy it. But I always would like a couple times a year, I would always go play basketball against my rugby players, and they were always like stunned. They were like, they didn't think I knew what I was doing. And they're like, "Oh, coach, you're gonna play." And then I'd like cook them. My best skill as a basketball player is I can shoot, and so I can knock three pointers down pretty consistently. And I'd like have these like college rugby players with like most of them who were garbage at basketball. Oh, good little move from Uruguay. They're coming back down the left side. Oh, ball lost. Still getting kicked around. It's still nope. Okay, we got something. What's the call, sir? What's the call? I'm not sure what's going on. I think we have an injury here. It was a bit of a mess. So time is stopped. There's 4 minutes 57 seconds left in the second half. But yeah, basketball, I think it's a game where too many people think they're better than they are at it. And as a result, it's tough to find a pickup game that is actually a quality game. And I like, the ball should move. Everybody, different players are going to be better. Different people have different skills, but like everyone should touch the ball here and there. Like the ball should move around. It shouldn't just be, okay, gets past to that one guy and then he tries to make a one-on-one thing, or it's just this guy shoots the ball every single time he gets it and stuff. And so I love basketball, or I did love basketball as a kid. I just got burnt out on it. I played it all summer and everything too. So like traveling all over to play basketball, and I just kind of lost. It felt like a job by the end of it. Kenya, Kenya, good carry. So Kenya's got the ball just outside the Uruguay 22. This has been a great fight back from Kenya. Absolutely fantastic. I think they've got a penalty here. Yep, penalty to Kenya just outside the Uruguay 22. Kenya's going to slow play this, I think it looks like. Now think about it. So they were down 7-0. They got two cards. They were down to playing 5-on-7. All right. And they killed the cards, and then they get two tries right before half. So this shows you like the massive swing. Oh, and it looks like Uruguay's going to have a player get carded, pushed a player off the ball or something. Yeah, the assistant referee helped with that. Something, something, something. They didn't like it. Card the Uruguayan. Yeah, so it goes. When you are being a ref, have you been confronted? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I've only had once, like, confronted, like, yelling at me, like, yeah, I think where I'm at, so I'm in Wisconsin, Iowa. I've got at this point, I've been around here. I'm from Wisconsin, and then I was in Iowa twice, and I refed a lot. And even like I moved down to St. Louis, but I'd come up to Iowa to play and to ref. And so kind of like everyone knows me, and I think I'm pretty well respected. And so I think I would get less crap from players than the average ref. But oh yeah, I one time I had a high school kid who wanted to fight me, and he was wrong. Like I was like he was like brand new to rugby. He didn't like I was right. He was wrong, but he insisted. I think Kenya get a try in the corner there. Yeah, try in the right corner to Kenya there. So this has been a massive swing. This is going to be a big win for the Kenyans if they can 3:30. So halfway through the second half. Yeah, I had this kid like basically come up on me, like get right in my face, like screaming at me, "Dur, dur, 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 this you, F you, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, back away, please, sir. I used to ref basketball too, like when I was in college, and I had a couple times where like, yeah, no, you don't like me, you're calling it unfair because it's like, what are you like? The last thing I'm trying to do when I'm refereeing a sport is to like pick my favorites or something. Like it's absurd. I get it though. I mean, I've yelled at refs myself. I've never gotten up in a ref's face. I think I do really good. I think I'm very effective when I'm on the field as a player. I think I'm an effective captain because I think I'm really good at talking to a referee in a respectful way. I can't say I've never like yelled at a referee because I didn't like it a call. I definitely have. That happens. And to be fair, as a ref, I've missed calls. If you yell at me once or something, I'm not going to freak out about it. If you get in my face and keep screaming at me and scream at me and scream at me, and if it's constant during the game, that's where I'm going to start to, I'm going to like, you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. I don't know why people, oh, that's a knock on by Uruguay. That's might be the end of it for them. Oof. So they were attacking in the Kenyan half, and then they knocked it on. It was just a simple like drop. Um, oh gosh, yeah, soccer. I feel I watch a little EPL and some Champions League, and like the fact that it's such gamesmanship and like you like have to like yell at the ref and stuff. Oh, it just like no, no. I would never want to be a ref. The thing is too at the colleges in the U.S. a lot of the a big chunk of the soccer team is foreigners, and to be fair, in talking because I've been friends with a lot of with soccer coaches at the schools I've coached at, and they're like, well, yeah, I mean, I recruit the foreign kids because they're better, and that's fair because the very best USA players they're going to be in academies and stuff ahead of time. They're not going to some small college or whatever. But America, or I had one coach who I was good friends with and respected a great deal, who's my coworker, and he would, ooh, Kenya with the little kick, with the little kick. Does that sit up? Another kick? I think he's going to win the race. That's another try in the right corner to Kenya. That's going to put that game away. Kenya, minute 15 left to go in the second half. That's going to be it. Um, and he said he's like, yeah, like of course, I'll take the American kid, but the South American kid, the European kid, the Italian, the Spanish kid, he's like, that kid's going to come here at 17 or 18, and if I work really hard, that American kid, by his, in 3 years, maybe that American kid might be as good as that European or South American kid is when he gets on campus as a 17, 18-year-old. And so I was like, yeah, that checks out. Like, you got to recruit the best players. And in soccer in the USA, at small colleges in particular, that means foreigners. So no, I hate the way referees are treated. It's a problem in most sports, the abuse of referees. And I think it speaks to what I was saying before about, hey, like more people need to do it. Well, I've known really good referees, rugby referees as well, who quit doing it because they just get sick of it. They just say this isn't worth my time. I come here to do this because, I get paid a little bit, but it's not worth it's the amount of money I get is not worth the amount of like just having to deal with people yelling at me. So I think referee abuse is a massive problem. What do we got? I think we're gonna have something else happen. The ref is he stopped this. So there's like just a few seconds left in the half. I think Uruguay have a penalty. I'm not sure. I think he's reviewing something. I'm not sure what. KK Pando, what's up? Welcome back. We're almost done. Oh yeah, that's a high tack. Oh, is that a high tack? But like it looks like the Uruguayan gives like an elbow kind of like up into the chin of the Kenyan. That's going to be interesting if it's a high tackle on Kenya or if he's saying something about this. I think this is going to get reviewed. I haven't seen this yet this tournament where they've reviewed some like they reviewed. I've seen them review try scores, but that's it. I'm interested because yeah, this I don't the Kenyan player I don't think ever makes any contact. He's a little upright, but only makes contact. And the Uruguayan like comes and like gets him like right in the neck under the chin. I'll be interested to see what the decision is. Do I like lacrosse? Um, that is what you call referee abuse. How do I like lacrosse? I respect it. I've watched it enough. I have some friends who play it. I can't say I've gotten into it particularly. I've actually got some Native American friends who that like that's your jam. So one of my well, actually a rugby player of mine, he is Oneida, which is part of the Iroquois Federation. But in I believe the War of 1812, the late 17, early 1800s, some of the Iroquois Federation, which is up in like upstate New York, they left and they moved down the Great Lakes, and the Oneida settled around Green Bay, so Wisconsin. So I've coached a couple players who are Oneida natives, but one in particular who's actually he's going to be a doctor, and he has cousins who are on the Iroquois national lacrosse team. So it's a native nation that they're their own nation, and they have it's their sport. Oh, Uruguay gets through. They're going to get a try here to finish this, and he's really proud because there's like a lacrosse World Cup or something, and he says that like I know his one cousin was playing for the Iroquois national team, and that's a massive point of pride within those native communities because it's like that's their sport. It's like soccer in most of the world. The weather in Wisconsin way nicer. We got dumped on Monday. Sunday, Monday, we had like this massive blizzard, like one of the biggest blizzards in decades. Like we got over 2 feet of snow up here, and then it's like most of it's melted already. So like there's just like there's like the piles of snow have like melted, but it was like 60 the last 2 days. So like really really warm. Okay, I think that's it. Uruguay get to try to finish. So Kenya 22, Uruguay 14, and I think that means Kenya finishes third here. But yeah, it was brutal. I mean, I like didn't I, the only time I left the house. There's no lacrosse teams in your small. Yeah, see, I didn't have rugby. Even my small town here in Wisconsin. There's no rugby as a kid. That's why I didn't. Went to college. I was like, okay, I'm done with basketball. I was planning to play rugby because I had a guy I knew who was older than me, who him and his dad coached me in Little League Baseball, and he went and played rugby, and he played for the USA in sevens. And I was going to the same college as he had went to, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do rugby when I get to college. And then it clicked, and I got it. But no rugby, no soccer, no lacrosse. We don't even have hockey here, and this is way up north. So like around us, like the bigger, if you get to a town of like 10,000 people, you'll start to see hockey teams. Or then if you go like 100 miles north of us, like pretty much everyone's got hockey, but we're like right in the middle of Wisconsin. And so the options for sports here were like in the fall, it's football or cross country. In the winter, it's basketball or wrestling. And then in the spring, it is track or baseball. And that's it. Like those are your options. That's it. And then for the women, it would be like in the fall, you got volleyball, cross country. In the winter, you only thing you got is basketball, or you can be a cheerleader. And then in the spring, it's softball or track. So, yeah, small towns. There's only so many people. There's only so many sports. I definitely wish I'd have had the opportunity to have A&M, like Texas A&M. If you're talking Texas A&M, yeah, the Texas A&M team's actually gotten really good in the last couple of years. They got a guy coaching there called Tui Osborne, at least on the men's side. I'm not sure about their women's team, but if you're talking Texas A&M, or are you saying something else? Because if you're talking the University Texas A&M, yeah, their men's team's gotten quite good this last year. Last 2 years, their head coach is a guy named Tui Osborne, who I know pretty well, who's awesome. He was a USA player. He's won national championships at other places. He's the man. And I know I got a friend of mine from Asia, who he grew up in Bangkok, but he's half Thai, he's half American, and he went to like a big private school in Bangkok, and then he's going to school in the U.S. at Texas A&M. He plays there. His name's Travis Turnbull. He's a big, tall fella, big, tall, half Asian guy. But if you're talking Texas A&M University, yeah, they definitely have rugby there. If you mean something else by A&M, yeah, look them up. I would imagine they'd have a women's team too, but their men's team is really good. I think they played for like a second division national title this fall. Yeah, Tui Osborne's their coach. He's a great dude. And then yeah, my Travis was a guy who I met him like when he was finishing high school in Thailand, and he played with this touring side that I take over to Asia pretty regularly. So yeah, yep, yeah, no, check it out. Check it out. Men's team really good. I'm not sure about their women's team, but I bet you they exist. That's for sure. All right, all right. So they're meeting. I think they're presenting the championship trophies and stuff right here. The Kenyans are taking a knee and praying. Let's see if they show the final standings here. I want to see how this finished up. Man, we're getting on an hour and a half here, and the baby is still. I haven't heard a thing. They got the monitor like right down here. Baby hasn't set a peep or anything. So, whew, man, it's been good. I'm so hyped. The USA beating Germany. That's a massive, massive win for the USA. Kenya, Uruguay, that last match. Going back to the women's stuff. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love rugby. I love it. It's what I do. Um, yeah, Uruguay having a talk. Uruguay the host, so that's going to be. So I think USA 1, Germany 2, Kenya 3, Uruguay 4, Canada 5, and Belgium finishes bottom of this one. And then on the women's side, though, the parity in this women's competition has been insane. Like any of these teams can beat any of them in any one game. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Okay, so they're interviewing Will Chevalier. I'd be interested. So I don't have the captions on this one, so this bums me out. What I really like is when they caption it, because I can't show the picture, and I can't if like any of the audio gets picked up, like the YouTube will strike me and I'll be on the naughty list, or they'll like shut my channel down or whatever because copyright. But this is on Paramount Plus, and with those Six Nations on Peacock, I've been able to read the captions, but this isn't captioned, so I don't know what Will Chevalier is saying. Oh, yeah, we did good. We got the dub. I don't know. Hey, like, thanks, y'all. Yeah, that's him. I definitely coached against him. Hmm. Well, that was a good brewski. Big ups to the USA Eagles. Yeah, was it the Argentina women won the women's comp? Man, I just want to know what he's saying right now. He was a leader. All again, this dude was like limping a little bit. Like yesterday, he was limping today when he's scoring tries, but he still like made it through. I think he's our captain. I'm guessing that's why they're interviewing him. Thomasine has been a captain previously, but he's like kind of getting there in years. He's getting near the end of it. So it wouldn't shock me if captainship has moved on to Chevalier. I should have checked that. I should know who my USA captain is at this point. It rotates pretty regularly though. So, all right, I got to get out of here. I got to get dinner ready for that baby. Thank you all for being here. I love doing this. This is a heap of fun. USA Rugby, get this thing in more kids' hands. We got World Cups coming up in the USA 2031 and 2033. We can and we should be better at rugby. Our women's team, pretty okay. Our men's team, we should be better. So if you're a USA Rugby person, get a ball in more kids' hands. All right. Get the best players playing together sooner. Get them as many matches as you can. If you're new to rugby, check it out. Watch sevens, like what I just did here, Montevideo. Sevens is so accessible for a new fan. You'll pick the gist of it up, run forwards, pass backwards, no blocking, no stoppage at the tackle. Straightforward. It's a good, fun, physical game. And support, love your people wherever you are. Like, love your people. Get out, touch grass, be good to your family, like, enjoy life. There's a lot of negativity in this world. Let's put positivity out there. Let's be positive people. So I love rugby. I appreciate all the chat today. Y'all were awesome. It's good to see my boy Oreo again. Um, but I got to get out of here. I got to make dinner before this baby wakes up. So take care, y'all. Peace.